Thank you.
Thank you, Kostas. It's a pleasure now to pass the floor to Mr. Damon Wilson, Executive Vice President of the Atlantic Council. As we mentioned, for the third consecutive year, Atlantic Council is a partner for this event. Damon?
Thank you so much, Elias. It is such a pleasure to be with you, and I'm delighted this is the third year the Atlantic Council's joined you. Thank you, Nicholas Kostas, for your kind words. I'm joining you here from Washington, and it really is our pleasure to partner with all of you and our particular partners that we've worked with over the years at the American Atlantic Chamber of Commerce on this Southeast Europe Energy Forum. I wish I could be there in Thessaloniki with all of you in person, but I'm looking forward to our conversations virtually. In part, I wish I could be there because I think this is a period of a great opportunity for Thessaloniki. I think this is an opportunity for the city to continue to emerge as a gateway to Southeast Europe, to the Western Balkans, and to build on much of the progress that we've seen in the region of connecting the port to the region as many of your neighbors are making more progress on economic development and moving towards the European Union. For us at the Atlantic Council, Southeast Europe has long been a priority for the Council, and we're delighted that this is the most significant U.S. presence in this gathering to date. I'm delighted that we'll be hearing from U.S. ambassadors through this program as well. For us, Greece has been a key partner. It's obviously a key NATO ally, a strategic partner for us to build common strategies on the Western Balkans and Eastern Mediterranean. It's been a linchpin in diversifying Europe's energy supply and ensuring its security, and I hope a growing partner in trade and investment as part of a transatlantic post-COVID recovery plan. We've been delighted to spotlight this strategic priority as we've hosted your eloquent Prime Minister Mitsotakis, with our business leaders, our International Advisory Board in New York last September on the margins of the UN meetings there. And in a public town hall that was just wildly popular with our audience in Washington the beginning of this year, thankfully before the lockdown and in person. Our programs and centers across the Council have built a really important network of engaged stakeholders that know that this region is key to security and prosperity of the transatlantic community. In particular, a robust security energy sector is crucial to that economic prosperity and political stability. Our Energy Center has just released a fairly significant report that outlines the importance of transatlantic energy cooperation, and we plan to follow that up with some of our continued work at the Council. This is a pretty volatile time for the region, for the transatlantic community, for my own country as we're in the midst of an election. But one of the things I'm proud of is that we see here in a bipartisan way the importance of our relationship with Greece. We've seen that take expression through the East Med Act that's enjoyed support here in Washington. But we do recognize that there are challenges right now. We're watching, obviously, the arguments over maritime claims and the tensions in the East Med. We're dealing with COVID-19 and how it's disrupted our normal operations. And we've got to face head on this economic downturn from this crisis and figure out long-term consequences that are only becoming apparent right now. But part of our task is to find the opportunity. And this is why we've been pleased to see steps in that regard. Just last week, the U.S. government lifted restrictions on the direct commercial sale of non-lethal security items to the Republic of Cyprus. This is increasingly the normalization of this important partnership in the Eastern Med. We've seen your partners and neighbors in the Western Balkans move forward in their commitment to integration in the Euro-Atlantic community. We've been working with the Western Balkans 6 to help remove obstacles to greater economic integration and development in a way that I think could provide real opportunities for Greek trade and investment in the region as a region. And we've seen the EU pass a landmark recovery package, which I think really offers Greece some opportunities on green finance, a particular study that our team is going to be taking forward to see how this opportunity can be leveraged in the Greek market. And we're pleased to see the Development Finance Corporation here stepping up, whether it's $1 billion commitment to the 3Cs initiative and its energy diversification, or increasing commitments across Southeast Europe that we saw when the leaders of Serbia and Kosovo were in town last week. For the Atlantic Council's part, we've deepened our engagement and presence, and we're delighted to have hosted Mayor Bakianis of Athens and welcomed the city of Athens as a founding partner in our Extreme Heat Resilience Alliance that's going to be focused on combating urban heat, with Athens as a lead case study. And to welcome to our team our senior advisor on the ground there in Athens, Eleni Mirivili. We're delighted to have her on board. So the Council's been partnering with government, business, civil society stakeholders throughout Europe and Washington to help build on this constructive engagement. And we're delighted to be partnering with the AmCham to continue this. My own board, I just want to acknowledge our board members with close ties to Greece: Kostas Pantazopoulos, Harry Sikinis, Dimitri Papalexopoulos, and of course our own senior fellow Katerina Soku and director of our Europe programs, Ben Haddad, who will be with us in this program. There's a terrific lineup. We're going to hear about the energy vision of the EU, the financing of energy projects, how to facilitate energy cooperation beyond borders. And I'm proud to say we'll talk about how the United States and Southeast Europe can work together on these initiatives to come out of this crisis as resilient, committed partners. And part of this is made possible because we have extraordinary representatives on the ground in Athens for the United States, Ambassador Jeff Pyatt, as Greece does here in Washington with Ambassador Alexandra Papadopoulou, who's become a wonderful partner of the Council. So I look forward to hearing from all of you today. I look forward to figuring out how we use this forum to think about concrete steps to advance transatlantic energy cooperation in Southeast Europe. Back to you.
Thank you, Damon. Thank you for your kind words and also for your great collaboration with our AmCham.